Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool pinball game video for you this evening. We have a really kind of interesting one today. This is a 1969 Gottlieb number called College Queens. And this is an example of a game that we got that was in pretty rough shape, and we fixed it up, got it working again, and saved it. We didn't film all the work we did to it because it's been taking us quite a while, but we've worked through it slowly, and now we've got it working. So we figured, hey, we'll film a little video. We actually painted this one. You like our color scheme? It was 1969, folks. We figured we had to go with the kind of maybe we were thinking about MASH or something when we decided to do it like this, but basically when we got this game, it was in really rough shape. It had been completely repainted, and they painted it with this really thick, almost like a shellac type of paint. And I don't mean they used oil-based paint. I mean, no, that stuff was on there like 1/8 of an inch thick. Just horrible. And then they had taken electrical tape and cut it in half or something like that, and then drawn these weird designs on the side. I don't know why they did that. So we messed with it for a while, and we tried to sand it off. It wouldn't come off. And it was all uneven because it was so thick. It's hard to explain. We probably should have took a picture before we did it, but really rough. And we tried to sand it off. That didn't work. So then we thought, well, we'll try to strip it off. So we used citrus strip, which we usually use, which isn't that aggressive. And it didn't do anything. So we finally went and got the toughest, meanest, craziest stripper that we could get. And I don't mean like the ones that work downtown. I mean the ones that peel all the paint off. And we sprayed that stuff all over the place, right out front on the sidewalk. Don't tell the city. And it started eating through it, right? So we scraped it all off, and we got all that crap off of there finally. Underneath the paint was the original paint in pretty good shape. But it was all scratched up from us scraping the paint off and sanding it. So, in other words, whoever painted it originally with that, and I don't mean it was ugly paint. Some people would say this is ugly paint. I don't mean it was ugly paint. I mean it was like, it almost looked like plastic, like they had coated it with some kind of plastic paint. It just looked horrible. And so they didn't even have to do it because originally it looked like the art was still in pretty good shape. But whatever. So what we did, there's no stencils available for this game. So what we did was we just gave it a nice 70s, 60s, 70s looking retro two-tone paint job. It is what it is, folks. Sorry to disappoint. This is College Queens. Oh, look, to prove my point, check out the apron. Somebody has painted the apron. Oh, and it's got the stuff on it like I was talking about. This is like, see how it's like a tape that's just stuck on it? So the whole cabinet was like that, but the paint was much worse than that paint. We left the apron because it didn't look too bad. All right, so that's that. But this is College Queens, 1969. It's a 4-player game, which is there was a 2-player version called Airport, and I really like it. Some of these games like this are some of my favorite pinball machines because they kind of. The older pinball machines like this are more pinball to me. Like I just like them better. Even better than the newer stuff. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just how I feel about it. So this is actually a pretty intriguing game, in my opinion. The artwork that's left on the back glass is really pretty wild. So College Queens, which I'm sure meant something a little different in 1969 than it would today. You got the girls with the 60s, what should I say? The 60s dress on. This girl's writing in her notebook. This girl's carrying her books. This girl's carrying her guitar. You got these 4 guys over here that light up. Their shirt lights up if you play, so when you play a 1-player, he lights up. If you play a 2-player game, 2 light up, 3, 4. It says, it's more fun to compete. Gottlieb and Company, Flipper, Chicago, Illinois, USA. The reason they said Flipper and a game of skill is because before they started putting flippers on everything, they were considered gambling devices. So in some places they weren't legal. So they made sure to point out that these were flipper games instead of just regular pinball games. Now, this is, since it's 69, these are the small flippers. So the little 2-inch stunners. Manufactured by Gottlieb Company. So what that means is these flippers, every once in a while you can get it just right where you can knock the ball all the way back up to the top. But in general, the game wasn't even designed like that. If it's a 2-inch flipper, there's only so much, you know, your leverage isn't as much as if you have a longer flipper, you can hit it harder, which is why they made longer flippers, 3-inch flippers. But these little 2-inch ones, it really wasn't designed for you to hit it all the way back up to the top of the playfield. And if you look, it's hard to do that anyway. There's not really a good shot. So what you're supposed to be able to do with these smaller flippers is knock it back up to, say, here. And, you know, you can see that the top is actually kept away from the pop bumper area. Every once in a while, you'll hit it just right. And we've rebuilt these, so they are pretty strong. But every once in a while, you'll hit it just right, and it'll go past the pop bumper, under the pop bumper, and through the rollover all the way back up to the top, but not very often. And the flippers aren't really strong enough to do that very often. You have to get it where the ball is rolling pretty fast, where you can kind of just sling it and it'll go all the way back up to the top. But a lot of people, when they play these really older ones like this, they get all frustrated that the flippers only knock the ball back up to here. Well, that's what it's supposed to do. That's what it was designed for. And an interesting thing about this one is they've got these vary targets that Gottlieb came up with. So when you hit it, it goes back a certain amount depending on how hard you hit it. And so you get 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50 points. And if it's lit up, you get 100, 230, 300, 400, 500. So their vary targets were really pretty fun. Depending on how hard you hit it, you get a different score. And then this one has this neat little thing where if you lose the ball down this side, it comes back into the shooter lane. So just a pretty cool game. Nice little setup. And the art's pretty good. I mean, it's dated, but they did a good job with it, I think. You've got these two girls here. You got the girl playing tennis on this plastic. Girl over here with her books. Girl up here with her books. Girl up here with her guitar. So I guess the same artist did the playfield that did the back glass. So we will play it a little bit and see what you think. It's a pretty fun game, I think. But I like all the old EMs, so be back in just a second. All right, folks, we're going to give this one a spin. Now, an interesting thing that I found out about this one. This is like a college queens. If you ever get one of these, you can't really set it on 3-ball. It has an option to put it on 3-ball. There's a 3-ball or a 5-ball. It has an option to put it on 3-ball, but if you do that, it has all kinds of weird things. It's almost, if you look at the schematics, you'll see that they didn't really design it to be a 3-ball. So, for instance, your first ball on 3-ball lights up as ball number 2, and then the second ball lights up as ball number 2. And the third ball lights up as ball number 3. And I know that sounds like there's no way they made it like that. They did make it like that. Look at the schematics. And then also, you get some interesting things going on the playfield, on the playfield on ball 4 and ball 5 that you don't get if it's on 3-ball. And on a lot of games, if they made a 3-ball mode, they would actually make the game a little easier on 3-ball, so you could get higher points because you only have 3 balls. On this one, when you switch it to 3-ball, it does a couple things, like it makes these slings that are 1 point, it makes them 10 points, which helps. But there's all kinds of extra little things you can't get. Like you never get the 100. This middle pop bumper will light up on the last ball for 100 points, and you can't get that on 3-ball. So if you get this, save yourself a lot of time. Believe me, I went over this for a long time trying to figure out how to make it work, and just leave it on 5-ball. I like all of my games on 3-ball, just because it makes the game a little shorter, which I kind of like. But this game here just will not play right on 3-ball. They just, I guess they just weren't that interested in making a good 3-ball version of it. So, but it's a fun game. Another cool thing about this one is it had Gottlieb's early bells in it, and their bells were really cool. So Yeah, I don't know how well you can see those top rollovers, but this one's lit up. So on the first ball, the fourth rollover lights up, and if you go through that one, you get 300 points. If you go through the ones that aren't lit up, you get 50 points. Slid it right by me, folks. All right, so now it's ball 2. Now see, look what they've done for you on ball 2. They've lit this up so you get 10 points, and now lanes 3 and 4 are lit up for 300 points. So, and of course I missed both. Oh, right out the out lane. I didn't even get a chance to flip, people. Did not even get a chance to flip. All right, so now we'll look what they're doing. Ball 3, and they've made it where lane 2 and lane 5 are lit up. Come on, you sucker. Missed it again. That's what I'm talking about. So I rolled back out, and you get 50 points when you roll over that little switch. That's my little very target. I barely hit it. Come on, you sucker. All right. So I did it again. Oh, and I got it stuck. It didn't give me my score. Did it not? Did I not score? I'll have to hit it again and see what's going on with that. All right, so now ball 4, it is lit up lane 1 and lane 6. And it's, you know, we've got all this stuff down at the bottom is all lit now. And I've got 3 pop bumpers lit for 10 points each. That helps. Oh, come on. It rolled down that 6th one every ball until the 6th one was worth points, and now it won't. All right, so now this is the 5th ball. So on the 5th ball, you get all of your pop bumpers lit up, and the middle one is worth 100 points, right? Which on an old game like this, that's a big deal. And roll over 1's lit, roll over 3's lit, roll over 4's lit, and roll over 6's lit. And every light on the playfield's lit. So basically what you want to do is get it up there to those pop bumpers so you can start getting that 100-point pop bumper over and over again. Come on, you sucker. Come on. Oh, they robbed me, people. All right, so now that I have explained the game, we'll play a good one this time. You know, really, basically what was going on was I wasn't even trying. That's why I only got 1,544 points. And I need to watch that very target to see if it's messed up. Y'all are helping me test it. So those pop bumpers right now are 1 point. So it's almost like the first ball. Who cares? You can't get any points anyway. There we go. There we go. There we go. Give me that sweet 10 point at a time goodness. Yeah. Oh, I thought I had it. Slid it right past me. I'm gonna have to start shaking this thing, people. It's my machine. I can start shaking it if I want. Oh, come on. Go up through there. You know, it doesn't matter which way you go through those rollovers. If you go up, you get the points too. You sucker. Ball 3, by the way. So far, I have not done much with my very targets. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, bricked it. All right, we're on ball 4. So now we're starting to get some pretty good point options on the play field here. Oh, I barely snaked it through. See that perfect flipper shot? I mean, that perfect plunger shot. Come on. I want to hit that. Oh. I want to hit that very target pretty good and see if it's acting up. But it's ball 5, by the way. This is the one where you want to get all kinds of stuff. So I just got 300 points rolling through it now because this 300 point when lit light is on. See the arrow pointing at that lane? Come on, hit that center pop bumper. Come on now. Get back up there. There we go. There we go. That's what we're talking about. That's what we want right there. Yeah, back to the end lane. Or the shooter lane, whatever. You knew what I meant. Yeah, we're gonna beat up the banks a little bit. A lot of these old ones, the kickers play the game as much as your flippers do. Slid it right by me, but I got 4,300 points. Let me put y'all back in place. I had you precariously perched here. There we go. Let's play again. Come on, come on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ah, slid it right by me. Pretty good though, 543 that time on the first ball. Oh man, come on. Horrible. Oh, not quite. Oh, I was robbed. Bounce on over there. Nope. You still get 50 points, but I kind of want the 300 points. Like that. All right, ball 5. This is the one where you make all of your money. Oh, you sucker. Come on, get that 100 point. That'll work. One more again. Ah, come on, there we go. Have you ever met somebody so happy to get 100 points? I personally hardly ever hit those very targets. I had 5,000 something that time, I believe. I probably should have paid attention. It's that unlucky bounce, people. And that's the lucky bounce there. I kind of want to try out my vary targets. Make sure they're all right. It was too fast for me. I won't tell you what I got the first 2 balls that time. It's embarrassing. I'll take it. I'll take it. Come on. Oh. Ball 4. Come on. Keep going. Nope. Ball 5. This is the money one. Come on now. There we go. Beat up that middle one. Come on. Beat it up a little bit. Right down the middle. Can you believe it? We're going to play one more game. I'm not going to tell you what my score was. It's embarrassing. One more game, people. This one's for all the quarters. It's playing itself, folks. Like I said, it's ball 1. I mean, I got 72 points. It's just harder to get a good score on ball 1. Oh, lost it out the drain. Ball 4. This one might be worse than the last one. There we go. You need to get a little action on it here. There we go. It's a little better. Oh. All right, so ball 5. This is the one. We'll get all the points now. Look at that. It goes down the one that's not lit up. Now you saw how I made it all the way to the top? So like I was saying, the flippers are strong enough. It's just you got to be just right. I got 10 points on my vary target. There we go. It's a little better. Oh. Well, that's it, folks. 1,631 points. That's just disgustingly low. Now, by the time you see this great college queens, it may have vanished off to somebody else's game room. But check out our website. Go to lionsarcade.com. You can see all the games we have in right now. Or you can stop by and see us. We're in downtown Rock Hill, South Carolina, which is about 15 minutes south of Charlotte, North Carolina. And we got a whole building full of arcade games, some jukeboxes, some pinball machines like this. I'll bet all of you Gottlieb experts are thinking right now, hey, there's something wrong. There's something he hasn't fixed yet. Yeah, I see it too. But just subscribe to us here on YouTube, and whenever we put up a new video, even with the 4-player lights turning on at the end of the game, whenever we put up a new video, it will let you know all about it. And we'll see you on the next video. Let us know below what you think of this awesome game. I'm not trying to persuade you into how you should reply, but let us know what you think about this great game. We'll see you on the next video.